supportive and
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits, because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. Let's not forget that. We got some things we got to talk about. Something just happened about 25 or so minutes ago, and it's something that everybody has been kind of anticipating. There's been a lot of rumors flying out here as of late revolving around this particular topic that we're about to talk about. Is Shannon Sharpe fired from ESPN? Well, it looks like it may be happening that way, but optically, I think they're doing something else to maybe try to save his brand. I don't know. But other than that, we're going to talk about those things and many, many other things, because there's been some new updates, some new allegations coming out from the Accuser. So there's some crazy stuff going on, and we got to talk about it. Not a super long show, but a show enough to keep you satisfied. Okay? So please do me a favor before we get into everything. Hit that like button down below. Crush it, do what it do. Hit that reaction button, please, and thank you. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, make sure you are hitting that follow button on those platforms, please, and thank you. All right? Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. We've got a lot of stuff going on over there. Please make sure you're subscribed over there as well, because there's a lot of things I'm talking about over there that I'm not talking about here. So make sure you are subscribed to both channels. Hit that notification bell. Make sure it's set to all, so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, and all that. All right? Also, hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And, of course, check out PascalMerch.com. We got some really great stuff over there, guys. PascalMerch.com. I'm telling you, got some really great stuff. Okay, guys, we got to get straight into the nitty gritty, because let's be real. We've all been watching for the most part. I know some of y'all are like, who's Shannon Sharpe? Who that be? Who's Shannon Sharpe? Well, I've already told you who he is. He's a Hall of Famer, football Hall of Famer. He is also a host of a multitude of different shows. He has two podcasts, one called Club Shay, which is his most successful podcast. Then he also has Nightcap, and that's also a successful podcast as well. But Club Shay is pretty much his bread and butter. And then, of course, he is, or now I guess was on an ESPN show with Stephen A. Smith called First Take. Now, there's been a lot of speculation and rumors flying around as of late, wondering if he's actually been kicked out of the gig, if he lost the gig. And he hasn't been there for very long, y'all. He got that gig, and then it seems like a blink of an eye, these new allegations came out, and his life is starting to spiral out of control. Let's just be completely real on that. Things are not looking good for Shannon Sharpe for a various of reasons. One, let's not forget, Shannon Sharpe is being sued for a minimum of $50 million, because he's alleged of putting his hands on and SB, etc., a girl that he used to date. Just a little quick recap. Actually, let me just pull up a photo as well. I'm trying to find something that's the thing. Trying to find something that's appropriate of her is it's kind of like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But let me just grab this photo real quick. I'm going to zoom in so I can not show certain parts of this woman's body, if that makes any sense. But for those of y'all who don't know what's going on, this woman right here, this Jane Doe, which we already know her name now. It's Gabriella Zuniga. Shannon Sharpe exposed all of that, including text messages that they had between each other. She is alleging that he SA'd her on two different occasions. One in, if I'm correct, October of 2024, and then another time in January of this year, this very year, y'all. And of course, she's seeking a minimum of $50 million, which is a very, very big deal, if you ask me. Now, he responded saying, hey, all of this is a witch hunt. It's fake news. It's a shakedown, y'all. So he puts out, not only does he expose the Jane Doe, which is Gabriella Zuniga, not only does he put that out, but he also puts out, he exposes her name, so she can't hide behind the pseudonym. And then he puts out text messages from her that were really, really spicy. Very spicy. And clearly they had a very, caliente kind of relationship. Very spicy. Muy caliente. Her last name's Zuniga, so just felt fitting. But I don't know if she identifies as Latina or if she identifies as white. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. Moving on. He puts out these text messages that are terrible. Baby gravy to tongue and buttholes. Yeah. Nasty. And it's terrible because I'm drinking a protein shake right now and it's brown. It's terrible. Okay. But anyway, he puts out these text messages that are pretty racy. So then in response to that, she starts leaking. That's funny because butthole leaking. She goes on to put out, slowly but surely, audio clips of him saying how he's going to put his paws on her in a very, very aggressive way, in an aggressive manner. Now, here's the thing. Some people are looking at this situation and saying, hey, wait a second. Well, first off, given in light of their very saucy relationship, heavily sexual relationship, could it possibly be that when he's talking to her, that it's a role-playing type of thing? Oh, yeah, let's not forget the race play as well. There's race play involved in here too. She says, I want you to put a big black baby in me and stuff like that. So instantly, some people in the court of public opinion are sitting here going, wait a second. Could it be that this is all just role playing? She likes him to be a little aggressive, maybe play the race card a little bit, this aggressive black man and this little white woman kind of role play. Maybe that's what she was trying to do. And while he is playing into her wishes, into her fantasies, she starts recording these things. And as she's recording these things, she can manipulate and re-edit and make it sound like he's just being some really aggressive dude, that he is a violent individual. Or he's talking all this stuff to her, and it's completely in the conversation, but she cuts that thing and takes it out of context and then puts it out to the world after these claims that he R'd her, SA'd her, SB'd her, etc. Right? So right now, we have, and then yesterday, she came out. They dropped her and her attorney, Tony Busby, came out with more audio where it's like he doubles down. Not only did he say, when I see you, I'm gonna put my hands around your neck. I'm gonna choke the ish out of you. He says it again. In fact, when I see you, I might do this in public. I might choke the hell out of you in public. Right? Twice. Now, we've already seen Shannon Sharpe already come out and basically say, listen, you got it all wrong. This is a witch hunt. This is fake. This is a shakedown. This is extortion. And I'm suing Tony Busby. I'm planning on suing Tony Busby for defamation. Well, we'll see about all that. But nonetheless, these allegations are real. Whether they're fake or not, the allegations are real. That audio or those two clips, audio clips that have been put out there for everyone to consume and put into their brains and hear with their own two ears. Well, some of you guys have one, so shout out to the ear people out there. Okay, real talk. Okay, but still, we've all consumed it. We've all listened to it, and I'm telling you right now, it is not good for Shannon Sharpe. This is big time bad news bears for Mr. Shannon Sharpe. Now, here's the thing. We've had the debates. We've had the conversations. We've talked about this ad nauseum at this point because it's been happening for the past few days now. And this is probably the worst 72 plus hours of Shannon Sharpe's life. But there has been a debate on whether or not this is truly a shakedown or if Shannon Sharpe is really a monster behind closed doors. Now, I've seen some other podcasters and other YouTube content creators as well put in their 2 cents about this situation. And there's a good portion of people that actually believe that Shannon Sharpe is an absolute mother-loving monster. They actually believe that, yeah, what she captured is a full glimpse into what kind of person Shannon Sharpe truly is. Me, I am still erring on the side of this feels like a shakedown. To me, it does. Don't at me, okay? Don't at me, man. But I'm just saying, it feels a little bit like a shakedown. Just a little bit. But that is always, that opinion and that speculation is always subject to change. Because here's the thing. We've already talked about it, and some of you guys said this, some of you brilliant individuals. I mean, you're all brilliant, trust me, okay? You're all brilliant. Hit the wrong button, but you're all brilliant. Let me hit that again. But some of you guys said something that said two things could be the truth at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time. What if he is an absolute monster, but she's also playing him? That's possible. That's very, 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 very possible. And she said, you know what? I was enjoying this relationship. We were having fun, but now I can't stand your ass. So I'm just going to expose and show everybody exactly who the person you are. But then there's the other thing. And I'm glad that Addicted to Shoes, okay? Addicted to Shoes said this, all right? Addicted to Shoes. Anyway, said, $25K a cheek. I'm glad you said this. Thank you. I truly believe, and this may sound like I'm crazy, or maybe I'm not. But what if she said, because I feel like there's some sort of transactional relationship going on here. She's getting money for showing up and throwing that ass on him. Sorry. That's what I think. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that it's a prostitution type of thing. But in the old worlds, okay, in them old days, that would be considered prostitution. But we're moving on. We've moved on. We've transcended as people. But I do think that she is getting paid on a retainer. Yeah, I know. Huh? Say what? Yeah, I truly believe she gets paid on a retainer. That she is basically a concubine. High-priced concubine taken care of by Shannon Sharpe. And maybe only Shannon Sharpe. Maybe she has other people that she gets taken care of by as well. We don't know the situation. But from my understanding, it seems like he is holding out on taking care of her. She still makes her money, but she gets money on top of it from him too. Hey, I need you to show up at this place. We're going to do bop, 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 bop. Maybe go grab dinner if I feel like talking to you. But I'm going to make sure you got some money in your pocket. I'll pay for things that you need to get paid, that need to get paid, your bills and all that stuff. All right. But then after that, you show up when I want you to show up. You wear what I want you to wear. And then that's it. And if we get into the room and we do a little freaky deaky stuff, then we do that little freaky deaky stuff. Make me feel like I'm the man. And you will be rewarded handsomely. That's what I truly believe. Okay? That's it. What I truly, truly believe. And let me tell you something. By the way, this is not something that's unprecedented. This happens all the time. There are many, many very successful men and women that do this. They'll say, hey, you look good. I'd like to see you naked. We have a great time. Actually, we're having a fantastic time. How about this? Why don't I put you on retainer? All right. I'll make sure you get what you need. You'll get your spot. You'll get the ride. I'll make sure those bills are paid. All I ask for you to do is to show up in this particular place, look dynamite all the time, and F me like it is your last time on earth. That's all I ask for. Boom. This is real, though, guys. Don't act like literally. I'm not saying something that's super surprising here, guys. This is a true story. There are plenty of those kind of transactions that happen right now as we speak. And a lot of them happen to happen with very well-to-do, wealthy men and women. I forgot. Because there's a lot of sugar mamas out there too. So to me, this is a glorified sugar daddy, sugar baby. That's what it is. There's an understanding. She's supposed to do what she do. That's it. But I just showed the 25K a cheek. I think she wanted to raise. Woo! She wanted to speak to the boss and say, see, now we've been doing this for a while. And let me just tell you, it's been cool. But I've been a good worker, right? I show up when you ask me to. I don't fuss up or make any issues with you when I see you running around with other girls. I don't trip. You ask me to show up. I show up where you asked me to be at. I look amazing. I'm continuing to maintain this body. Yesterday's prices are not today's price. So how about we just add another 50,000 a month to my time with you? Oh, let's not forget. Remember, he was live streaming, bashing the hell out of some other girl on IG. Now, she may truly believe that they have a relationship, but there's a transactional relationship and understanding between these two. She may be like, that's my man, right? She might feel different when he's got his weed whacker in somebody else's garden. So after all that, and he's sitting there going, baby, come on over. You don't understand. That was a different situation. You know what I'm saying? That's fine if you're going to be effing other girls. But the fact that this is international news? How dare y'all? I hate y'all, Shannon. That's what happened. I don't care if you smashing other girls. I ain't tripping over that. The fact that it was live streaming on IG. What the F is that? So he's like, oh, come on now. Come on, Gabriella. Come on now, Gabriella. Yesterday's price is not today's prices. $50,000 more. And he's like, no, are you kidding me? No. Hell no. I ain't paying $50,000 more. You got a nice crib, right? You got a nice whip? I'm paying for all of that. The hell you talking about? Yesterday's price, Shannon. Yesterday's price. That's what I think happened. And when he said, nah, I ain't paying that, she got mad. That's what I truly think. She didn't get what she wanted. And now she just laid out the groundwork. Started recording things, started doing her thing. And now he has painted himself into a corner. He is stuck between an ass and a hard place. Real talk now. And I think it all started when he started live streaming accidentally. Stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west. That's what I think. And she got mad. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I know. Thank you. I salute you. So that's my theory. Okay. But because of all that, and also, by the way, his live stream stroke game, okay, has now screwed him up because he got kicked off another show because of that live stream. Then he was able to, pick up the pieces because everyone's like, all right, it is what it is. You feel me? Dudes will be dudes. It's all right. It's not a great image, but he's going to be all right to pick up the pieces. It's just him stroking. We're just hearing it. You're not seeing the weed whacker. You ain't seeing no garden. You're just hearing penetration. That's it. That's all you're seeing or hearing. So again, it's like, okay, he'll make up for it. It's going to be all right. Right? Well, he moves on. He continues building his career. His podcast blows the F up. He should thank all love and all credit to Cat Williams. Yeah. Because without Cat Williams, he would not have those viral moments like he has had. He broke the internet with that interview. And now everybody and their mama wants to be on his show. Even after live streaming, bashing the hell out of some other girl that is not this Jane Doe, Gabriella Zuniga. Interesting, right? But now we're in a different situation. Completely different situation. Now we're hearing him say that he's going to violently hurt somebody, another woman. This is not good. Now, people have been wondering. There's been a lot of questions, a lot of speculation, a lot of people going back and forth wondering if he is going to be banned from ESPN. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This has been something that people have been talking about. Oh, he's about to get banned. This dude about to lose his job. He about to lose his doggone shirt. And I know some of y'all ladies will be like, yes, lose that shirt. Stop. But still, people have been saying maybe he's going to get banned from ESPN. And we heard from Stephen A. Smith yesterday. We watched a little bit of that as well. And the question was to hear from him what he had to say about everything. He himself was like, I don't know what the future holds for him at ESPN. Although he's really brought in ratings. People really like seeing Unc on the show. People love them some Shannon Sharpe on the show. But now, because of everything, it's looking like things are starting to turn into he's not coming back. He may not come back after this. So let's take a look at this. This is just rumors that have been flying around as of late, but they're saying Shannon Sharpe's future in sports broadcasting is under a serious threat as multiple allegations of sexual misconduct and a $50 million lawsuit bring his career into question. So he is reportedly no longer welcome. This is what they're saying. Reportedly, okay, rumor-wise, they're saying that he's no longer welcome at ESPN, according to unnamed network sources, and may already be banned following a lawsuit filed in Clark County, Nevada, on Easter Sunday. What a hell of a Easter Sunday to have. Okay, so the former NFL tight end has already denied all allegations, calling the lawsuit a shakedown. And again, we've already seen this video, but we're going to play one more again because this is something. And you could even tell in his face and how he is speaking. He is truly, truly disturbed and upset about this because he's looking at, guys, just on his podcast alone, he was about to get 9 figures, y'all. Do you understand? 9 mother-loving figures. That's a lot of quiche. And now all that could be disappearing. But you got to remember, the internet is the internet. We have seen all kinds of people that should have been, like, for lack of a better term, canceled, find massive success on the internet. So we're still just talking about the internet. It's just the internet. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's just play this piece, just a little trip down memory lane. And again, I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Reality, thank you so much for coming back. Baby, come back. Thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Welcome back to the family. I appreciate it. Just like Reality, please hit that join button down below. Of course, hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button, please. And thank you. We're going to get into this conversation. I'm just doing a little trip down memory lane because I see a bunch of y'all in here, and maybe all y'all aren't totally up to snuff on what's going on here. But he looks disturbed.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
Okay. So we've all seen this video for the most part. Now we've all seen it. All right. At least the group. You've seen this. To me, he seems very disturbed, very upset, understandably. To be accused of something, if it's not true, I can understand him being absolutely angry. If this is true, then he made his bed. He better lay in it. Now, here's the thing. There's been a lot of conversation about the fact that she is, when they met, she was 19. He was 54, I guess, because now he's 56. They've been in an on and off relationship for like 2 years. So she's about 21 now. When they met, she was 19. That is a very young age. Let me keep it real. That is very, very young. That's a huge gap in age. And I get it. There's a lot of people that feel some type of way about it. I will say he's made some very bad choices, long story short, by trying to have a relationship with a young woman like that. Because let's be real. Yes, she's 19. She's not a child. Biologically, she is a woman. Okay. So, like, an adult female. All right. So again, doesn't matter. She had choices too. These are two adults, technically adults. There is nothing illegal about the relationship as long as it's consensual. But the choices that you make are absolutely necessary and make everybody look at you as some type of way. It's like, wait a second. She's 19, man. 19. She hasn't even had a life yet. You've had a full-on life. You're 54 at the time that he met her. 54 years of experience. You've had a whole life, bruh. She just graduated high school, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like diggity damn. You old. You vintage. She brand spanking new. You know what I'm saying? So again, I get people getting upset with Shannon Sharpe about making a choice to be with somebody like this young. It's a very dumb choice. Long story short. Then on top of it, okay, let me just say this. I am not trying to throw shade on any person that works in OF. OF models, that's how you want to live your life. That's how you want to make your money. Do you, boo-boo, do you. But At the same time, there is something that's attached to the OF genre, right? She's young. She's an OF model. Is he really dating her for longevity? Because it's quality. They're having quality conversations, deep, meaningful conversations. He's pouring into her, and she's pouring into him their hopes, their dreams, their fears. They're reading the Bible and drinking Perrier together and all that stuff. He's taking her over to meet mama and stuff if she was still alive. Like I'm telling you, hell no. No. This was not a quality relationship. And there's a good possibility he was stringing her along, making her feel like there was something real. That's possible. Or she understood the assignment. She got paid. There was some transactional understanding. She did what she did. He did what he did. And then he messed up. And then everything comes to a head now in this type of fashion. Like I said before, this is all very, very, very bad. Okay? And again, his whole career is hanging at the balance. But I will say his television career is hanging at the balance. The reason why I say this is because the internet is fine. I know some people are going to be mad about that. But let me tell you something about this. Yeah, the frontal lobe isn't fully developed until about 25 years old, from my understanding. All right. So as far as 19, she's still developing. She's still growing up. And he is a grown-ass man. So much that people at 54, when he met her, he was being called Unc. That's something, guys. If you were being called Unc at 20 and you met her when she was 19 and you were 20, that's something else. No. He's so old. How old is he, Pac? He's so old, all right, that people gave him the nickname Unc. That man be that old, okay? That's it. So, not fully developed. She's still having life experiences and all that stuff. Okay? Just saying that out loud. Really? He was trying to find this is a quality relationship? I guarantee you not. Okay? I guarantee you not. So, continuing on. Of course, there's been a lot of question about everything. Whether or not he has been banned, fired, for lack of a better term, fired from this whole thing, from this ESPN. Here it is. He comes out with an announcement on X, which is crazy. And he says here, my statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. Now, I feel like a lot of people are going to be side-eyeing that. Like, are you sure? Are you absolutely 100% sure you are the one electing to step aside? Or was it a full-on group agreement with ESPN and yourself that you should step aside? And then later we're going to let you go. So it doesn't look like you are fully 100% guilty, or that ESPN instantly does not believe you and sides with the victim. Think about that for a second. So he says, I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. When does that start, guys? Fellas in the room and ladies who love that pig skin. When does NFL preseason start? Someone tell me. Just put it in the chat. Put it in the family chat. All right? He says, I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues Shannon Sharpe. Now, I am kind of wondering because somebody said this down here. He says, don't think you'll be back at ESPN. Another one said here, which is hilarious. I'm sorry, but it is hilarious. Says, Shannon, you're supposed to copy and paste what the PR team sends you, not screenshot their text of it. I'm sorry, but that is kind of funny. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. This situation is all kinds of bad on multiple levels. Okay. I think he has a talent. People really like him. He has that charisma. People love them some unk. And he has 2 very successful podcasts on top of a successful ESPN show that he is a part of that he just gave a bump up for his presence on the show. And now he has to step aside. So let me ask you guys this. Oh, preseason starts in August. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bronx. Bronx in the house. Okay. So, my question is this really him stepping down? Like stepping aside? I'm sorry. He didn't step down. He's stepping aside. So is he stepping aside, or is this just a gradual way of saying he's been fired and they're going to let him go? That's a question you got to ask, because the audio is very damning. Let me pull up that audio one more time. We've heard both of them, and they are not good. They are not good at all. But I am still curious. Is this really happening as him taking a break, going on hiatus, and coming back in August? Now, August isn't very far from now, babe. Okay? August is not very far away from now. But hold on. Let me grab this audio real quick. Here's the one that came out yesterday. All right? Here's the one that came out yesterday. And I just want to make sure you guys hear this one more again. And again, this is bad. All right? Street Talk Daily Podcast. Appreciate the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Let me get this other super chat and this other gift. Reality. Thank you so much for gifting 1 membership. Welcome to the family, you new member. All right? And please, she just gave you some positivity. All I ask for you to do is pay it forward. All right? Open the door for somebody. Do something positive for somebody. All right? Carbonized, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. All the way from Canada. How is that maple syrup? That's what I want to know right now. Moving on, though. The human brain isn't fully grown until age 24, Pascal. Thank you. I thought it was 25, but okay, 24. So while the flesh is grown, the gray matter isn't. He's an older dude. He's the one who knew better. LOL. Yeah, that's funny what you just said. I get what you did there, but that's very true. He's the mature one in the group. He's the mature one out of the 2. You'd think that he'd be like, wait, how old are you? Nah, I'm good. You 19? Nah, you look great, but nah. You know what I'm saying? He had a choice. And yet he still stuck his hand in that cookie jar many times. So let's listen to this audio. This is audio number 2. Okay, this is the one that came out yesterday. This is bad. The first one he said, if you call me that word one more time, I'm gonna choke the effing ish out of you, right? When I see you. Then he says it again a second time, y'all. This is crazy.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
I mean, like, all of it's bad, but it's like, did you have to go there? I don't want to go there. You know what I mean? Did you really have to go? Did you really have to go there, bruh? But he does. He said that. He said that. Hold on, he said, big black man. I'm just gonna. He said it better than me. He's saying it better than me. So we might as well just play the damn thing. So let me just do it.
And getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look.
I'm wondering if she's on something too, because I don't want to be choked and just that'd be really bad. I don't know. Something about how she speaks seems like maybe she's drinking or something, or maybe that's just how she talks. I don't know. I don't know this woman, right? But at the same time, it just makes that's a bad look. What are you doing? I don't know. Something interesting about how she speaks. But still, no matter what, to me, it feels like this could very well be foreplay. Yes, I know. Some people are going to be like, the hell are you talking about? That's an aggressive black man talking to a little white woman. I don't know. Something seems a little bit odd to me. I'm just going to keep it real. Something seems a bit odd. Doesn't it to you? It just seems weird. And something is playing in the background. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah. Bye-bye. So, again, it seems a little bit weird. Okay? I'm going to play one more time, that little snippet. And you tell me, it just seems, because even him saying, big black guy, such and such little white woman. It just seems like she's supposed to be like in ecstasy. You know what I'm saying? Foreplay. Full on foreplay. And if I'm correct, she doesn't live in Nevada anymore. She lives in, I'm assuming, California. He's coming out to LA to see her. So maybe this is foreplay until, it's like, revving the engines, getting them enticed and interested and turned on before they go and see each other. So then they do the sideways samba in that weird race play BDSM type of thing. Because that's the vibe I'm getting. That really is the vibe I'm getting. I'm surprised he hasn't said massa, and I'm surprised that he hasn't said, I'm going to drag you out in the middle of the plantation. She's like, yeah, say it again. You know what I mean? It's getting that vibe. Just a little bit. I'm sorry. It just does. But it may be 110% him being a jerk off. I don't know, y'all. But let's take a listen to this. I'm sorry. But I don't, you know what I mean? What is it? Is this foreplay? Or is he really being a violent piece of trash? just okay. Let's hear that part one more time. I'm rolling it back a little bit more. I want to hear her talk too.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
Do you see what I'm do you hear what I'm hearing? Because the way I'm hearing it, it almost sounds like she's like, I'm playing along. You know what I mean? I don't know if I should, I'm sure she didn't do summer stock as a kid. I'm sure she didn't do theater in high school. Okay. So again, she's sitting there going like, okay, this is the best acting I can do. Maybe that's what it is. And she's just trying to play along, but she's not the greatest actress in it. Maybe. You got to remember, she said, I want your black baby gravy. And then she also said something about, or maybe she just said baby gravy, but she said, I want your baby gravy all up in me. She also said big black baby. I want to have your big black baby. I mean, you know, the things that she's saying to him definitely gives off the vibe of race play. So maybe they are doing some crazy thing. I'm telling you right now, some crazy Jim Crow plantation type of ish. Maybe that's what it is. Some real freaky deaky stuff that, of course, should stay behind closed doors. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. And then she's recording these things because he's going with it. And then now she's like, look at this now. Look at this man. Look at him being a fool. Look at him being violent to me. Oh, Jasmine Girl said, I have never heard of race play. It exists. It does exist. And it's, hey, do your thing. Do your thing. But I think it's all kinds of wrong. Okay? It's the weirdest thing. There have been articles about this, people talking about this and everything. We've seen we've even seen engagement photos of like interracial couples on plantations, and it looks like farms and plantations and stuff. I'm telling you right now, there have been talks about this in the past. Okay, it is disturbing. I think it's wrong, but at the same time, if that's how you want to live your life and that's the kind of stuff you guys are into, as long as it's consensual, do you. I don't need to know about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't need to know about it. But now we're hearing it like this here. And I do think that there could very well be race play going on here.
Big black guy chose small white woman.
Because why would he say something like that, y'all? Why would he say something like that? To intimidate her? Like I said, it's completely out of context. We still don't know what started this conversation in the first place. It starts just like this.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
You see what I'm saying? So where is this coming from? Where is this whole thing coming from? Where is this spawning off from? How is this even happening? Please make that make sense. But there's more to this. There's more to this. We got more. Oh, we got more. So apparently, from the Accuser, we got more information about their BDSM activities. Here we go. So apparently, they've been doing it. They've done this BDSM stuff over 100 times. 100 different times. So if they've tried a little bit of something in the beginning, it's probably grown into something pretty intense. Think about it. They've tried it once and was like, oh, you liked it? Oh, yeah, I loved it. I liked it too. I had a great time. And then they continue. It slowly, grows into something more and more and more intense. Think about it for a second, guys. We hear that story of people who get really into drinking or get really into smoking the ganj or doing blow or something of that sort. It all starts with one moment. It all starts with one time. And then later on, the consumption and the doing of said thing gets more and more intense. You get drunk off of one shot of tequila. A few years' time, it takes you half a bottle of tequila to even get a buzz. Right? So again, you look at something like this, where like, oh, I liked it this time. Let's try this next time. And then the next time it's like, let's try this new thing next time. And it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows to the point where they're doing role playing, maybe a little race play, and all that stuff. Think about it. Dude could be telling her, call me the N-word while he's smashing her. Literally. It could be that intense. It could be that insane. They've been together for a couple years doing all this stuff. And over 100 times tells you that things got very, very advanced. They became connoisseurs of BDSM. Okay? Kind of freaking sewers of this ish. Take a look at this. So, those close to Shannon Sharpe are adamant. His relationship with the Accuser was purely a BDS1, where the two would meet up for rough, sideways samba about once a week and nothing more. Hamburger. So they're getting together and just destroying each other, and then go on their merry little way. But it sounds like maybe her emotions came into play. Her heart was in it too. Yet he was like, I'm just having fun doing whatever I want to this girl while she does whatever she wants to me too. We're having a great time. But oh no, au contraire. She's upset. But now and then remember, she sent a text to him basically saying, I told you I did not like it when you put it in my A. And I said no. And no means no. Maybe no was the safety word. Maybe that was their pineapples. Literally. Maybe their code word, their safety word was no. Literally no. And he did something that she did not like, and now she's saying that she was AR'd at that moment. Again, like I said, if there's a understanding going on, a financial understanding, a transactional understanding going on between these two, there's a strong possibility that she was like, no, I'm getting paid. You better pay me more. If I'm going to be doing all this crazy BDSM stuff with you, you better pay me more, bruh. 25 per cheek. Let's go. But he wasn't having it. Sources close to the Pro Football Hall of Famer told TMZ Sports on Thursday, today, the ex-NFL star engaged in kinky, consensual hibbity-dibbity with Jane Doe about 100 times in both Los Angeles and Nevada from late 2022 to January 2025. So that he's not denying, or at least the friends and sources are not denying that they had a relationship leading all the way up to January of this very freaking year, y'all. So that's not fake news, according to friends and sources, right? They insist that while the intimate encounters featured this and role-playing, the C word and role-playing, none of it was ever non-consensual, forcible hibbity-dibbity. In fact, the sources added it was his accuser, an OF model, who requested most of the physical acts, claiming her text messages showed she liked being tied up or wear a dog collar during some of their time between the sheets. Numerous texts from her, they say, capture her demands, including one where she explicitly writes, I want you to tie me up like this and attack me, daddy. We read these before, but it says right here, I want you to tie me up like this. So she's showing a very graphic image basically saying, I want you to do this and I want you to use me, daddy. That's what she's saying. The sources were also adamant the duo's relationship never once reached boyfriend-girlfriend status. So these two were just friends with benefits, or this was a transactional understanding. We get together, we have a little bit of fun, you use me, I use you, and we go on our merry little way. Interesting. Sharpe's accuser, though, said in her lawsuit, which she filed on Easter Sunday, that in October 2024 and then again in January of 2025, the former Broncos tight end crossed the line. She claimed during the latter incident, she repeatedly told him she did not want to have relations with him without a rubber. But he, quote unquote, became more aggressive, and it made it clear he would not wear a rubber and he was going to have his way with her. Now, this is something that's very interesting because even with this, and we're going to reread these text messages here again, but if this is true, what if he thought that that was part of the game? What if he was like, she's like, no, I need you to wear a rubber. And he's like, no, I'm not wearing a rubber. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he thought she was playing a role and he was just rolling with it. Maybe. I'm not trying to find excuses for it, but I'm just saying maybe there was something was lost in translation. Maybe lost in the swings of passion. Okay. While they're in the middle of stroking, he's like, no, please wear rubber. And he's like, no, I won't wear rubber. You know what I mean? Maybe he thought, I don't know. I'm just asking the questions, y'all. All right. I got questions. I just got questions because it still feels like a shakedown, man. But at the same time, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it isn't a shakedown. It's just some crazy stuff. But here's the part that I talked about earlier. She says, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a rubber on and not put it in my A. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Uh-oh. Then she says later, I don't know how to process this. And then he responds, texting her saying, can I call you later? And again, this could be her laying out the groundwork to make it seem like he's some terrible, terrible thing, okay? Like that he did this, like she's trying to paint him out as some absolute monster, or she asked him not to do something, he did it anyway, and she's upset about that. He crossed the line, no means no, and if that's the case, and if that's true, then she's got a point there. You see what I'm saying? Or this is a shakedown, and she's playing 4D chess with this mother lover right now. 4D mother loving chess. Because the groundwork, because of the breadcrumbs. Whoo, boy, this is bad. It's really bad. Tony Busby, her attorney, by the way, which we've already had conversations about Tony Busby. All right. But the woman's attorney said in a statement to TMZ in response to the claims Thursday that, quote unquote, all of this is ridiculous. So someone should tell Mr. Sharpe that when you are digging yourself a hole, it would be smart to stop digging. The filed complaint and audio speaks for itself. The lawyer then pointed out a text his client sent to Sharpe on January 2nd, 2025 that read, I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. As you can clearly see from the text released by Mr. Sharpe's team, this is what Busby said. No means no, no matter what has occurred before. I agree with that. I do agree with that 100%. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the, relations and then that person says no, you better stop. You better stop. If they suddenly say, nope, I'm not feeling this anymore. Stop. No, you got to stop. Or you're going to find yourself in a heap of trouble, y'all. The woman is suing, which we already know, for $50 million, at least $50 million in damages, guys. Now, let me just say this really quick, okay? When it comes to the internet, let me just be real. Shannon Sharpe is going to be fine. If he's stepping aside, I think this is code word for him actually stepping away. But ESPN doesn't know what side to stand on right now. So I'm sure that they were like, listen, we'd like you to voluntarily step aside and as we start to figure some things out. And you know for a fact that this lawsuit is going to be going on for a little bit unless it falls apart or he is able to find a happy settlement between the two parties. They tried to negotiate before. He tried to give her $10 million. She didn't want to have it at the last minute. And I think it's because she believes she could get more, which is clearly what she's trying to do right now. Also, I think that she's sitting there going, well, wait a second. You're only going to give me 10 million? Huh. Well, I'm about to sue. I'm about to file this. This is going to be public knowledge, and it's going to destroy your entire name, your entire life, period. So you're going to either have to fork over the money that I just asked for, which was $50 million, or watch your whole career go up in flames in 4K. And that's exactly what's happening right now. But I'm telling you right now, his show is going to be fine. His podcasts are going to be fine. The internet is fine because that's independently ran. You understand that TV is dying anyway, right? Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for Unc. I'm not trying to make excuses for Shannon Sharpe. Not at all. Damn, this is not what you do. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. And this is a sad situation for him. But at the same time, we've seen plenty of other big podcast or big political pundits, huge names from TV transfer over to the internet and thrive and do just fine. He still has an audience. There are still people that believe that he's innocent. There are still people that will still click and listen and watch his show or his shows. That is, if Ocho wants to continue doing a show with Shannon, depending on how this all transpires. But at the end of the day, he's going to be fine on the internet. That's independent money that he's making. No, people are going to still click on his interviews because he's still having those fire interviews with those celebrities. The only thing he has to worry about is if those celebrities are willing to sit across from him after this whole debacle transpires. After it gets done and over with, it depends if Monique wants to come back and talk to him. It depends on if Cat Williams wants to go and sit across from him again. It all depends on that. But I'm telling you right now, if those celebrities are still willing to sit across from him, he's going to be fine. Yeah, he might not get the $100 million deal for his podcast, but there's still going to be brands and et cetera. They're still going to want to funnel money towards him and for his show because there still will be eyeballs. There's still an audience out there that will be willing to listen to him, regardless if he's on ESPN or not. So again, you know, when I look at that, I'm like, look at Tucker Carlson. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Tucker mother-loving Carlson. Okay? Look at that mother-lover. All right? Whether you agree with him or not, whether you like his stuff or not, he is still doing his show and he's doing just fine. He left Fox News, and last I checked, he is still on the show, still doing his show, still making bags. Don Lemon, another person, doing just fine on the internet. The internet is good. I'm telling you, TV, radio, all of these things are dying. The internet is here, and it's here to stay. I'm telling you right now, y'all. Let's keep it a beam. So again, when it comes to, that $100 million, you don't think he can't make that $100 million off of just doing his show? I'm sure he can. I'm sure there'll be other deals that will present themselves in the future. I'm telling you right now, it is not over for him. But again, like I said, it all depends on how this unfolds. If there's more smoking gun evidence that drops, where he's saying more things about putting his hands on this girl, it's bad. It'll be very, very bad. But the main question that I have that still remains is if Shannon Sharpe is cancelable. Yeah. Like we've seen other people that are cancelable, right? You got Dave Chappelle. There ain't no way he can get canceled. No matter how many things, no matter how many wild things that he says, people still rock with him, right? Same thing with Kanye. Ooh, I said Kanye. Oh, my damn. Look at Kanye. Even though, oh, my God, he needs to stop, okay? He really needs to stop. But still, people are still talking about him. I don't know the last time anybody rocked any of his clothing, but like I said, people are still rocking with his stuff. People are still talking about him. He's still making headlines. So again, and I don't think he's ever going to get to, I don't think he'd ever get to Kanye level, because that's a whole other, you on another planet if you're on Kanye's wavelength, okay? But like I said, if he loses entirely ESPN, he's still going to be fine. The internet, there's always a corner of the world for him to talk, and he still has that platform, which is still a very big platform. The other thing I will say is this as well. First and foremost, I did this before on a loudspeaker, so I'm going to say it again. First off, if you're a big name and you make a lot of money, you on that level, you on the level of Shannon Sharpe, Joe Rogan, even Elon Musk. Stop making sex tapes, okay? Doesn't matter. Use your mind. Use your imagination instead. Play the video in your mind. Stop, I repeat, stop making sex tapes with random ass people. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. So again, here it is. Sex tapes is a bad thing. Don't be dumb. And also, here's the thing. If, ladies and germs, you're going to go and do the hibbity-dibbity, let me just say this real quick. Pick quality people to make those kind of tapes with. Do it with your wife, your husband. Do it with your lifelong partner that you know is not going to stray. I said, don't make sex tapes with random ass people, man, because it's going to come back to bite you in the ass, especially when you're doing race play BDSM stuff, man. My God. Do you know how embarrassing that is if there was race play going on in this freak off tape that he made? Do you realize how embarrassing that's going to be for him? That's going to ruin his career. That is something that will ruin his career. Because if there is any race play going on and she's calling him the N-word, or he's like in some weird compromising position that looks weird, looks zesty, okay, it's a wrap for him. Like I said, it all depends on how things go from this point on. Apparently, Tony Busby has clips of this freak-off tape of his own design. And if it's really that bad, and if it's really BDSM, like imagine if he's walking around like in nothing but pleather. I'm trying to be mature. I'm really trying to be mature. But imagine if he's walking around in black pleather. Straps. Just straps. Just straps. I'm just saying. It's a wrap for him. He'll never be able to live this down. So I'm hoping to the sweet baby Jesus, we don't see booty cheeks and black pleather straps. Okay? I'm saying his booty cheeks. How's that? I know some of y'all want to see his booty cheeks. Y'all nasty. But I don't want to see any of that. Thank you, but no thank you. But I'm going to keep it real. No, sir. We don't want to see that. Keep that behind closed doors. And if you're going to make that kind of content, make sure it's somebody you trust, not some random ass person that's 19, that's an OF model, when you know for a fact this is not a relationship built on, love and longevity. I'm just saying. Stop being dumb, everybody. Stop being dumb. Because then you find out you're in the Shannon Sharpe situation. And then you got a Shannon Sharpe shakedown for your own ass. Black pleather straps. Think about that. And a mask, like with a big old nose or a big old dildo. You don't want that out there for people to see. Don't do it. Don't do it, dagnabbit. Let's get some of these super chats. Carbonites, thank you so much. This is why I make my own cookies. Smash that like Unc smashed the screenshot button. Oh dear Lord, did he or did he not do that? Buddy Love, thank you. Yeah, so hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Crush it. Do what it do. That'll be greatly appreciated. Where we at with the likes? Hold on. Where we at? Come on, man. All right. Hit that like button down below. Come on. Let's get it to. Can we get it to 1K? That is despicable. Let's get it to 1K. A like don't cost a thing. It helps the channel. Please, if I made you chuckle, if I gave you the news that you needed for today, please hit the like button. Dag nabbit. Ay. Come on, man. 1K. Let's go. 1K. Please and thank you. Let's go. Buddy Love, thank you so much. Pascal, to me, the whole audio, is such. There is no context. I'll wait until discovery before I pass judgment. Hey, that's fair, buddy. That's fair. Okay. And I feel like that's something I would recommend for everybody. It feels like a shakedown. It does feel like a Shannon Sharpe shakedown. That's what it does feel like. But we don't know. And I think when more information comes out, it's going to be crazy. And you never know. This whole lawsuit might dismantle within next week. Or it might get settled within next week. God only knows. Give it time. It's coming. Philip, thank you so much. She said big black baby. Yeah, she did. But it's a problem. Unc, do it. But it's a problem. Maybe you're saying, but it's Unc's problem or something like that. He allows that to do it, maybe, or he is allowing that to happen. I don't know. They role play like that. Come on, Sims. Yeah. I mean, that whole thing, that is role playing. Yeah, that is definitely role playing. Like I said, that's race play, y'all. That is most definitely race play. So again, there's a possibility of her playing into what they've already agreed upon. And he's like, man, I like when you say such and such. I like those racist comments or blah, blah, blah. Maybe. That's possible, y'all. Crazy, though. Shannon Sharpe shakedown. Anyway, that's the title of his next podcast. Wait for it. But moving on. Reality, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Listen, if you read half of me, if you read half of me and my husband's exting, yeah, or saw a video of us doing our BDSM, ooh, spicy. Okay, TMI. Without context, could claim all kinds of crimes that are absolutely consensual. She's now recording it blackmail. Now, here's the thing. I get it. Like I said, there are people. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, because some people like to spice it up in the bedroom, like a little BDSM. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, I could just see that out of context, and if we took a video out of somebody's BDSM fun, I could see that being very embarrassing for the people that were involved in the video. Right. In the moment, you're having a great time. You feel safe. You're with that person. You love that person. You do your thing. Or you're just very much attracted to that person and you're enjoying your time with that person then, right? But you don't ever want that stuff out. So yeah, of course, cut out of context. It could definitely sound or look like or seem like something more criminal than what it really is. I completely agree. Thank you so much for sharing that, though. That really means a lot. Because, yeah, like I said, a lot of people do that kind of stuff to spice up their bedroom. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, as long as it's consensual. She's claiming there are 2 events where it wasn't consensual. So that's very interesting. And I'd like to know more about that without the tongue and the butthole and the baby gravy and the baby gravy. Okay. But I would like to know what are these moments that she's talking about specifically? Was it a BDSM moment and things just went too far and she wasn't okay with it? And she said the safety word, or she said no, and he still went and did whatever he was told not to do. That is a big problem. That's a very big problem. But like I said, text messages and voice conversations that are recorded, yeah, taken out of context can look really, really, really bad. And that's still something that we are all going to wait and find out to see if there's any more information. Alicia, thank you so much for being a member for over a year. I appreciate it. ESPN just wants him to chill for a few. ESPN just wants him to chill for a few. Another celeb will do something stupid, and we will move on to the next flavor of the week. This case is sus as F. I agree. That's possibly what it is. They're like, hey, we're going to let you sit back, take the spring and summer off. Hopefully everything will subside. Hopefully we'll be covering or talking about Diddy or some other celebrity doing something scandalous, and the interest and the focus will suddenly avert from him, right? So that is true, that there will be another flavor of the week, and everybody and their mama will be talking about all that instead of Shannon Sharpe and his race-playing BDSM girlfriend. Stacy, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Peg, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pascal, I'm praying for no black leather straps. LOL. Thank you for all you do. I'm just saying, black leather straps. Black leather. Okay? It's bad. It's all bad. I'm telling you. It's all bad. Out of context, it looks very spicy. Looking very spicy. But we'll see what happens here. We will definitely see what happens here. But him stepping down, I still am questioning. Does this mean him stepping down? Does that mean that he's gotten fired and they're just trying to they're trying to find a way to have him exit without it being too damning? Or are they really waiting to see how it transpires before they make a final decision on his future on First Take? I am kind of curious about that too. Okay. To me, it sounds like this is a move to slowly get him to fade into the darkness. But we'll see what happens. Because, here it is too. Give it time. There might be more information. She might come out and say, this is all a lie. I lied. Or everything will get settled. I will say, though, too, again, just because he lost if he loses this TV gig, does not mean it's over for him. There are plenty of people that have found massive success on the internet. He's actually one of them. He really is one of them. Peg, thank you so much for becoming a member again. Welcome back. Thank you so much. So something to think about, guys. Definitely something to think about. This is some wild stuff. Please, guys, be sure to hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. That would really, really mean a lot. Well, I just came in here for you guys to give you guys this breaking news. It is pretty insane, pretty wild. He is stepping aside from ESPN for the time being until allegedly an NFL preseason, which happens around in August. So he's taken off basically the spring and summer so he can handle whatever the hell is going on here. And I have to ask you guys, do you believe the victim, the accuser, or do you believe Shannon Sharpe? Is this a true 110% shakedown, or is this real? I leave that question up to you guys because this is pretty insane. insane. But of course, more is going to be coming out. Wait for it. More's coming out. I don't want to see a freak off tape. I will be honest. I really don't want to see a freak off tape. I really don't. Personally, I don't. So I'm hoping that that stuff never comes out. But I also think that if it does come out, that's revenge corn. That is revenge P word. That's considered revenge P word. So if Tony Busby has the absolute audacity to leak any of that footage, Shannon Sharpe knows exactly where to send the police. Period. So hopefully Tony Busby's not dumb. That's what I'm hoping for. Because I don't want to see that footage. I don't. And no one should see that footage. That should be deleted, thrown away. And just lean on the evidence that they have. Because an S tape does not prove guilt unless it is a recording, a video depicting actual SA. That is when the police and that is when the courts should see that too. The other thing too, and I said this in other shows too, and I'm going to say it again too. If this is a crime and it's within the statute of limitations, why has he not been hit with criminal charges? I'm just saying. The fact that she's only going after him civilly looks sus as hell, in my personal opinion. Why would you hold out and not hit him criminally? Because in my personal opinion, and of course, you know, I can't speak on behalf of all victims, but if I was able to get a predator, an absolute monster, get him caught red-handed, doing all kinds of crimes, man, I want to see that person behind bars so that he never does that to anybody else ever mother-loving again. But that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing a civil lawsuit instead of a criminal lawsuit. I think that's a little bit weird. But again, I won't be surprised if there's more women or more victims or more accusers that step forward and claim things on Shannon Sharpe. I have a feeling that's coming as well. Give it time. It's coming. Meredith, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Bring out the giant. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Bring out the gimp. You know what I mean? Thanks for the image. I can't get it out of my head. You're welcome. You're very welcome. That's what I'm here for, baby. We're here for the good times and for the images. Bring out the gimp. I really don't need to see that stuff. I'm just saying. I don't need to see it. Black leather straps. Black leather. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Be sure, before you head out, hit that like button down below. Crush it. Please and thank you. Of course, we're going to keep an eye on this whole case. We got a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot going on. So make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever I go live, because it's always random or it's breaking news. And there's a lot of things that we need to talk about. So make sure you're subscribed. And then make sure that notification bell is set to all. Again, set to all. Hit that subscribe button on my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Please and thank you. Crush it. Please and thank you. All right. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Support the channel if you can. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And of course, check out PascalMerch.com. I think I need to make a t-shirt that just says black pleather straps. I think that just needs to be a t-shirt. And everyone's like, what is that all about? Black. And everyone got to come up and be like, black pleather. Just like that. You never know, it might be coming out. Simple shirt, black pleather straps. That's it. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Have a great rest of your day. We'll be talking soon. I'm sure we got another video coming out later on this afternoon, but I got to take a break. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.